Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's D-Max back again, here with another video. I know I haven't made one in a while, but to be fair, I've been really busy and I just haven't had the time. But with that out of the way, I want to go ahead and make a video today showcasing some of my favorite airsoft guns I got, my rifles at least. There's a few reasons why these might be my favorite. One's maybe like performance, sentimental value, something I've wanted for a very long time, just, you know, something around those realms of what I consider to be my favorite in my collection. You know, in my collection I probably have 50, maybe more guns, but these are just some of my rifles. I can do another video on them, maybe like S&G pistols or something like that. If you'd like to see that, just leave a comment down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with this video, and I'll bring you the first rifle. None of these are in any particular order of my favorite to least favorite, but with that being said, number one, the ARX 160 Beretta by Elite Force, and this is the Elite Edition. So, as you can see, we have the longer barrel. This gun, to some people, it's so ugly, but I think it is absolutely awesome. I threw a Matrix T1 up there, or T2, correct me if I'm wrong, just a Blackbird cage. No grip or nothing like that. It's extremely, extremely comfortable for some reason. It's not a great looking gun, but I love it. It does have a folding stock, which I'm not going to, you can see it's folded a little bit. The reason I don't want to fold it too much is because it's actually been rewired with a gate Aster, I believe is what it was. Sorry, it's been so long. And the gearbox has kind of been redone, shimmed, and stuff like that. It shoots fantastic. The bolt catch, for some reason, gets stuck. But other than that, it's a pretty cool gun. And it is one of my favorites. I've always wanted one of these as a child. So being able to find one of the Elite Edition on Hop-Up was awesome. So number two on my list is my Crytek CRB Mark II. I remember when the first generation of Crytek's came out, and I wanted one so bad, but I was so young, I didn't have a job or anything. And I wasn't playing Airsoft enough to really, give a reason for my parents to buy me a very expensive gun. But I ended up going to Ballahack one time, and I was like, hey, my gun's kind of poop. Is there any way we can get one? And my dad's like, you know what, sure. So this is always one that has a special place in my heart. Thanks to my family for buying this for me. And I went to Ballahack and got my first few kills with it. It was awesome. And since then, I've changed out the rail. It's actually a Madbull licensed down defense rail. Very nice rail. I got a PTS grip on here. This little thing is so I can run a sling. I had a bunch of these when I was really young, and I was like, you know what, I'll throw it on there, but, you know, having the rail now, you could totally just put a sling adapter on there. Run the ACOG replica. It is a 4-ton zoom. I got the Max enhanced trigger release. Works both ways, ambidextrous. Madbull stock. PTS sides, and then I got the KAC, which actually hides my longer inner barrel. I think that's a ZCI 602. I got a maple leaf blue bucking in there, 70 degree with the stock rotary Hop-Up from Crytek. But other than that, this gun is pretty stock. Gosh, I would actually love to know the amount of BBs that's put through this thing. But it'll always have a special place in my heart. I'd never ever get rid of this gun. And so that's the Crytek CRB Mark II. Alright, so my next one isn't really a AR style mag-fed gun. It's actually an AK. So this is a 104, 105 from Lancer Tactical. It was stock, but since then I've changed some things out. I've got the retro arms selector switch and selector pin or bolt, whatever you'd like to call that. I've done a two-tone. I think it looks alright. I switched out to a palm style grip. I think that's what it's called, by SEMA. I've got a 5KU lower and upper rail, both different colors, and then the BCM grip right here, and the muzzle here. I don't know if you could call that a flash hider maybe. It's actually 3D printed. I got it off Hop-Up from a different gun, and so I threw it on here. But I love this thing. I had it painted and then I stripped the paint, so all the metal is kind of bare, and I actually kind of like the look, as well as my old T1s on here. But internally, this thing's stock. I used to talk a lot of trash about Lancer Tacticals, and they're actually pretty good guns. This has been a pretty good gun as well. So no complaints. Oh, I also threw a SEMA rail dust cover on here. It was hard as heck to put on here. And it's still not perfect, but it closes and locks, so that's good. It does have the folding stock. It does have the folding stock. Oh, it's because I'm pressing the wrong one. So it does fold still. I mean, it's pretty cool. But I do have a Gate Titan Advanced, like the Bluetooth edition for this gun, and I'd like to do some different motor, which I also have. I think I have ASG 30K, 40K, something like that, the short type motors. I do have those two things. I'd like to do gears, maybe piston, see how the air seal is, and change some stuff out with that. Other than that, the gun's stock, works great, and it is one of my favorites. You probably can't even see the whole thing in the frame. So this is actually a very, very old VFC M16. It's even got, if you see it, the old trades. This gun's been completely overhauled. It's got a lot of SHS parts as well as a Gate Titan. Can't remember the motor. I actually bought this at Battlehack for one of their rev events. The dude was selling a bunch of stuff for 180 bucks. And if you know, the big Gate Titan is almost 180, maybe even over now. So that was a crazy deal. It's got an Aero Precision clamshell handguard. I threw an ACOG on this, as well as it has the kill flash on here. It is illuminated green 4 times. Some things it needs the selector switch cover on the right hand side. It needs a bolt release, but other than that, it shoots pretty good. I need to tune it. I haven't done much with it. It's got a different hop up, but it don't work that good, so I like to switch out to maybe like the Retro Arms or Pro Win or something. The feeding in it isn't the greatest because of that, because it doesn't like grab the mags well. The front sight also is loose, but I have some pins coming in for that. Hopefully next week they'll be here. And then the barrel is actually clockwise threading. So I had this laying around, and I'm not sure why, but the bird cage for this that I have is slightly larger, and this one slide on it. So this is actually stuck on here by friction, and you can see that the bird cage and the suppressor here have a bit of a gap before it would be fully seated. But it's on there permanently now. I don't care that much. I think it looks cool. But I always wanted these as a kid at the local airsoft shop around me, which is an hour and a half away. They may still have one of these VFCs sitting up on the wall, and I think at one point they wanted $430, $450 for it. So to have this is an absolute steal for me, and you just can't beat the look of a classic. Next up, this is actually my entry to gas blowback rifles. This was my first, thanks to my fiance for getting this for me. It did look like a CQBR at one point, but I have switched to M-Lock rail. This is actually the Golden Eagle version gas blowback. It uses the Western Arms stuff internally. It seems like it's a little hard, a little difficult to find parts for, but that's okay because it runs great. I got 6 mags. I threw an SRS on here as well as a PEC box, and then I also have the Noveski amplifier, the Flamin' Hog, I think the Flamin' Pig, whatever they call it. Threw a normal SOP mod stock on there, PTS gas blowback grip. I painted lower green. I have a flower on it because this was a gun I took to Rev one year. Had a blast with it. Honestly, it shoots great. It shoots low FPS. I did find a high power bolt on eBay for like the King Arms, Western Arms stuff. So I like to try that out. Other than that, it's good. I've heard a lot of people have bad luck on these. I've heard a lot of people have good luck on these. Thankfully, I've had really good luck with this. Gas blowback is so cool. It's so different. The maintenance is a little a little more tedious, and you gotta do it more often. But once you get one, you'll be like, wow, why haven't I done this? I played for almost 10 years and never used a gas flow back rifle. I had no care in the world for it until my fiance got me one, and these things are sick. I'd like to get something with like MWS internals one day, because there's a lot more upgradability. But I have heard that you can use the GHK maple leaf hop-up in here, which I'd definitely like to give it a try. Maybe get a better air seal and a longer barrel. Other than that, I love this gun. It's never going anywhere, and we're going to move on to the next one. So the last gun here in my gun rack is actually my PTS Exotic. This was the SV line, as you can tell by the stock. You can do different things with it. It's not coming up. But anyways, I always wanted these as a kid. I wanted the GMP version, but if you know, they're extremely hard to find. And at the time, there wasn't as much technology, I guess you would say, or maybe I wasn't as informed as I could have been, so that is my fault. So I decided to gut this thing. I sent it down and got it reworked, and it's got a Polar Star jack in it now. Shoots amazingly. I did end up getting, so these are quick change barrels. I ended up getting a shorter one through the EMG Guardian suppressor on here. I have an LPVO. It's a land view. It's not the best, but it's not bad, especially for airsoft. Threw a Magpul grip on here. I think it's a knockoff. It's awesome. One of the drawbacks of these is if you lose your handguard pin or your upper body pin, you're going to have to source one. I did have some 3D printed. They were fine up until last week, actually, when I pulled the handguard off and only half the pin came out. So I'll have to reprint some of those, maybe get them in a resin printer. This thing shoots awesome internally. Like I said, it's the Polar Star jack. It's got a quad or 4 UAD bucking and a ZCI inner barrel. It is awesome. It shoots super far, and I love this thing. Like I said, I'm going to have to reprint a handguard pin for it, but other than that, this thing is just sick. Like I said, I've wanted one for so long, and I had one and I didn't know what to do because just the lack, like at the time you can only do like a VTC Spectre MOSFET, and even getting one of those now and making sure it works, it's a lot of time and money. So the Polar Star jack seemed to be the go for me. I love this thing. I haven't used it in a game yet, actually. Wow, there goes my handguard pin falling out. But the trigger board runs up here. You just plug the JST style battery, and you're good to go. And I love it. It's got a near and dear place in my heart. But other than that, that is my favorite guns in my gun collection of 50 plus guns, just rifles at least. If you'd like, another video, maybe like my SMGs or my big DMRs or something like that, pistols, I do have a lot of pistols. Just leave it down in the comments. Any kind of like or subscribe, it'd mean the world to me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been a little spontaneous. I'm not scripted because I don't believe in that. And without further ado, hope you guys have a good evening, good night, good morning, good day, and we'll see you in the next one.